guys? Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Podcast, episode 259. I'm here with Griffin.
I'm here with Trav.
And we're wondering where the hell the Rock's bulk went without him.
Yeah, dude. Well, he used to be small, huh?
Yeah, dude.
This week we were
Like,
Southland Towns.
Yes.
Those Burker look
So
like
Richard
somebody outside
Kelly-
of Quick Stop.
He looked what now?
They look like somebody you see outside of Quick Stop. You gotta look at it and be like, "No, man, I ain't
Dude,
got the money,
he's
dude."
gotta be on steroids, right?
I mean, he has to.
Well, like in this movie, I was telling Griffin earlier, he's got a neck in this movie. Now it looks like a stump with a head. You know? Like one of those, like California, you know those big ass trees out there?
Yeah.
Red oaks. Well, yeah. Never seen this. This is my first viewing.
Yeah, same.
Wished I didn't watch. I should have watched it a few days ago,
And rewatched
but I
it.
didn't realize what I was getting myself into. So I said this to Griffin earlier, Travis, but I remember seeing this movie's like cover. I thought it was a cop movie.
Yeah, I thought it looked like.
Well, it looked
I
like
don't
one of
know.
those
I don't
movies
know
that
what to
came out
think.
around there that had The Rock in it, where I was just like, I'm good.
Well, it looked like a movie that wasn't.
Like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't what the fuck I just sat
And
there,
then,
and not in a bad way. But at the same time, I didn't follow Richard Kelly like some,
yeah.
you know,
Well,
like
I mean,
like
I watched Donnie Darko a long time ago.
yeah, but
I
was
never
that,
did.
it
I didn't
was-
even know he directed this. Like, I never went. And looked.
Yeah, like
In my
I wasn't
mind, I was
looking
like,
at
he only
it.
did Donnie Darko. I just thought that was it. I guess.
Yeah.
One
But
and
dude,
done.
if idiocracy is our future, this is the present.
Yeah.
How like close was this? Like this movie came. It's 2006, but how like on the nose is it for now? Like holy shit.
It's very eerie.
Yeah, dude. I was like, whoa.
Very eerie. I wasn't like I this was one of those films, and it's hard to find. You know what I mean? You don't see it out at Walmart much. I saw it in the video store back in the day. You know.
The cut that y'all watched, did it have that little storyteller at the beginning?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we saw that's the theatrical cut. The one that they did in the film festival didn't have that, and I guess they thought that what that was a summary of the 3 graphic novels that came out before the movie.
That's crazy. There was 3 graphic novels that fed into this. You know,
I think it was 3
which makes
chapters
sense.
of stuff.
Well, it makes sense because this starts on chapter 4.
Yep.
It's 4, 5, and 6, so that makes sense. But what the fuck, you know? I mean, I really wasn't expecting to get this, and I don't think a lot of other people got it. You know what I mean? Because like when you look at the scores and stuff, it's got a 5.3 on IMDb, 41% on Rotten
Didn't make any money.
Tomatoes. No, it was, you know,
It was under like 400,000 box office, and I think they spent like 17 million.
yeah. So it was a flop, but it was before its time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like legitimately. Yeah.
About 15 years. About 10 to 15.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it really took it to the next level.
Like, imagine if that came out in 2016.
Oh, I know, right? It couldn't. Yeah. They probably wouldn't have cast Seann William Scott in it, you know?
No.
He's kind of been fucking blacklisted or some shit. I don't know what's going on there.
Look at that.
Yeah, so. But anyway, yeah, right. So, I mean, we see the end of the world play out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happens here.
Well, dude, did you notice right? But when they do the shape, dude shoots the rocket because that was his purpose.
Yeah.
All right. When the Rock puts his arms up, you see his Jesus tattoo bleed through.
Yeah,
the shroud, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh.
And yeah, yeah. So so what happened? What had happened was this company or this fucking dude figures out a way to like transmit.
He's our Elon.
Yeah. he figures out a way to like transmit electrical frequencies to like vehicles and
Yeah, because
stuff.
gas. I mean, there's no gas, no oil,
Yeah,
like so.
yeah,
Figures out how to run everything off a fucking cell phone tower.
yeah, right, yeah, and
5G.
yeah, and he's using the ocean's like currents and shit to
Yeah,
do it, and it causes the planet to slow down, the rotations to slow down, and people start going fucking insane.
yeah,
And I mean, they were
yeah. Then
like
they had to
people were
have like
fucking
guns everywhere, watching
yeah,
people in case they started freaking out. They just shoot them.
yeah, it's fucking crazy. Um, and then because of this, there's like rips opening up into the fabric of space time,
Yeah,
and motherfuckers are like
sent
going
something
through
through.
it. Yeah, they sent a monkey through it, and it's
Yeah,
like, you can't send a monkey through it because it doesn't have a soul or some
yeah,
shit. It's like, what the fuck? So the rock goes through one, and then his body gets burned up.
yeah. Well, the one that went through, that was him. The whole movie.
Yeah,
He's the original copy.
yeah,
They killed the other version of him. The when he talks to the Asian lady, he was like, "You blew me up."
yeah.
He's like, "I'll blow you all right." Everybody wanted to fuck him. Like,
Yeah, I
like,
did. I mean, come on, let's be fair, you
nice.
know?
Is that a mammogram
Yeah.
on your belly button?
Yeah, what the fuck was
I
that?
was like, "Does The Rock really have that tattoo?" I would wear shirts too forever.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him
right.
without a shirt on in a long time.
Yeah.
Ain't no way he's got that around his belly button, right? Like,
No, can't,
he's
right?
no, he's not cool if he does. All cool points, dude. Is that a mammogram?
But, I thought it was it a mammogram for real? Or was it a Star David?
It was. I mean, what a mammogram is, right? Isn't it that upside down?
A Star David no. I thought the mammogram was like a heart it's like a heart pentagram, right? Then a Star David has 6 points, right? Yeah, I think so.
It was
I
a
don't know,
Star
this
David. He's trying, technicality.
Yeah.
He got them both.
He's got the Jesus tattoo and the fucking
Yeah.
Star
When I
David
saw that Jesus
tattoo.
tattoo, I was like, "There's no way that's on his back for real. That's a jailhouse Jesus tattoo."
Yeah, right. But yeah, so and then apparently like all the crazy shit that's happening in the world because this is happening during World War III, hashtag fucking end of the world,
Yeah. Weird that. Yeah.
It's weird they
Weird time to
bombed
watch this
Texas.
movie.
Yeah, really weird time, yeah. And because of us getting nuked, the United States getting nuked, and then in response, like every
Yeah.
major country got nuked after that, you know?
Just kicked off.
Yeah. And then now, like, you've got fucking like police everywhere. You've got the NSA
Yeah.
is like monitoring
Everything.
legitimately
Toilets.
everything. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. That
it's like
woman
I'm
was on
worried about
toilet
her.
duty.
She's been on toilet
Yeah.
duty for 24 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's just stuffing that shit in her mouth,
Yeah,
you
dude.
know? It's like she got the script and she decided she was going to play this role. It's like, whoa, you know? Got kind of meta for a minute, you know?
Yep.
But so Seann William Scott was involved in an incident with friendly fire, and he went through the rift. And
Yeah.
then they're like it's his brother.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Well, it made
Like they,
sense, like, because I was like, "Oh, it is his twin." Then I'm like, "Why is his reflection slower?"
yeah,
Because
right,
then they don't ever touch on that, and it's like, "Oh, because he went through the rift, and that's a copy."
yeah,
So
yeah,
he was the clone, that was walking
yeah.
around the whole time, like,
But
weird.
what a fucking movie,
It's
though. You
weird.
know? Yeah, it is
There's a
legit.
lot going on too. A lot.
There's a lot of side stories
Yeah.
happening.
Side
I mean, on top,
hustles.
yeah, you got like this election going on,
Trying to
and they're
win
trying to,
California.
yeah,
But
yeah, they're trying to manipulate the election, you know, so that the NSA can continue to fucking. It's all relevant,
yeah,
you know. It's all relevant,
it's
dude.
almost like
It's
watching a documentary.
starring The Rock.
Yeah.
It's Seann William Scott, dude.
This is our
Um,
1984.
yeah, yeah. Oh, dude. That's a good fucking tagline for it. Our
This movie should
generation's
be like
1984.
making it big right now. I
Ah,
think it would
no.
blow up. Like,
Yeah,
see,
I
I just never
agree.
gave it a shot, dude. Like, I would watch this the image you dropped here for the cover.
Yeah,
I'd watch that. But
yeah.
when I
Because what the
looked at
fuck?
that movie, I was like, it looks like a cop movie, and it with the Rock in it. And you
Yeah,
look at the year, it's like, that's around the
that's early
time of
Rock.
what was it, Scorpion
Well, I
King,
mean,
like
well,
Yeah,
no, well, it was 2007, man.
6.
That was a hell of a year.
and
Well, both. I mean, hell, either year.
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
the build-up was crazy because in 2007 there was like just an absurd amount of movies that came out that year.
yeah.
Oh, I was playing music. I wasn't watching many movies at that time.
Yeah, right.
It was like full blown.
Balls
Hard,
deep.
you know?
Yeah.
We gone.
How good was Timberlake though?
Yeah.
Like being the narrator,
Yeah.
reading the book, the good book to you the whole
Uh-huh.
time. You know what I'm saying? And he looked like I even told because Marina watched it with me, and I'm like, he was doing the musical number,
Yeah.
which was like, whoa,
Yeah.
And I was like, you know who that is, right? And she's like, who? And I said, that's Justin Timberlake. And she's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, I fucking swear,
Look at him.
like,
You
yeah,
know what he looks
it's
like?
legit. Yeah.
Scar's not real. You know?
Yeah, right. But
He looked
I
older
mean,
there than he does now.
yeah, yeah, legit. That's what war does to you, man. Friendly fire. You leave a boy and come back a man. This is the way the world ends, man.
Yeah.
No,
World War III, that's
or
right.
not with a wisp, but with a bang.
Yeah.
But
It's hard to explain this movie.
it really,
I mean,
there's
you
so
can't.
much going on. Yeah,
You can pick out scenes and stuff and be like, well, this is funny.
yeah.
The
But
whole time I was just like, what am I watching? Like, what's going on?
yeah. Well, and then one of the subplots you had Sarah Michelle Gellar, who's a porn star that's trying to
Yeah.
be like a savant, like
Yeah.
she's trying to be everything. And she's banging The Rock because he has amnesia.
Mm-hmm.
It's
What
like,
was
what
his
the
name?
fuck?
Boxer what?
Oh
What a
fuck,
weird
hold on.
name.
Boxer
That's
Santaros.
it.
Yeah,
Boxer Santaros. And you said it like fucking, what's his name?
yeah. But they're
Dude, when they were all
blackmailing.
sitting around doing their TV show, when they
Oh
started
my
saying their
god.
names, I was like, they all sound like porn stars.
Yeah.
Then it was like, they're porn stars. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like,
It's Krysta Now.
yeah.
Because when I want to fuck her, I want to fuck her now.
Yeah. And the woman was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Deep Throat 2.
Yeah. I mean, and they were trying to fucking the neo Marxists.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, man? There's so much crazy shit going on.
So
It's
much.
yeah. It's really hard to fucking to talk about it because you have to explore it.
Yeah. Well, even after you watch it, you're going, what?
Yeah. You have to explore it story by story by story.
Well, it's like it's peeling your brain back a little bit because like because of the amount of stuff, it's almost like overload.
Yeah, it's like, did we have to do all of that to get to this?
Yeah.
A lot of it, you didn't even have to have it. It was just in there.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, what I didn't get was the chapter names. Like, is it like some Star Wars storytelling going on where this movie is like smack dab in the middle of a story and there's some shit we didn't get
Yeah.
exposed to?
Well, the graphic novels.
Yeah, the graphic novels
Three
should
of them.
explain that. Yeah.
There were 3 that came out before the movie. And that's why Griffith said that's why it picked up on 4.
Yeah.
There was 3 chapters. It was released as almost like comic books.
Yeah.
But that's what they tried to do at the beginning. They tried to explain that. That's what the beginning was, where Timberlake was talking. And I was like, is this a DVD menu? You know?
That's so fucking. That's funny because it does look like a fucking.
I thought it was the menu.
2000, yeah, 2002 DVD menu.
Yeah. Those first few minutes was just hit like Justin Timberlake, fucking doing swivel shits on that fucking balcony, dude. Like, he always had this like unnecessarily like sinister look on his face. Like, yeah, I'm the guard. Like,
yeah, he's seen some shit, dude. And who knows? He might have went through the thing.
I mean, dude, you don't. I mean, yeah, see some shit. He went through the toilet system, man.
Yeah, but it was definitely something I was not expecting to experience.
Like, I thought this was like they're in Asia. Some fuckers fall in love. They can't because of Asian fucking
movie.
culture. Not even that. It looked like I was thinking like westernized foreign romance movie, like Southland Tales.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I did not think like Donnie Darko meets politics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, I mean, that's not bad. Like the year, like you could see the year on some of those CGI shots.
Oh yeah,
like painstakingly bad.
Up,
yeah.
Whenever they shook,
like,
and it was like, oh,
dude,
Microsoft Paint.
Fucking Richard Kelly created the world engine.
Yeah, right.
Like that fucking thing just out in the ocean, just straight up eating up some real estate.
But I mean, it was craftfully done, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's classic Kelly, dude.
Classic
Kelly.
Classic Kelly.
Yeah, dude, that's exactly what it is.
If you watch his movie, one of his movies for the first time, and when it goes off, you're like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah, you're fucking up, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll put it this way. If you're the individual that watches it and when it's done, you're like, I understood every bit of that.
Yeah, right.
Get away from me, dude.
Yeah.
Like, because if you like unlock that movie, chances are, dude, you ain't gonna have a good time with me.
Yeah. But it was interesting to watch. It was a fun watch because there's so much shit going on.
Like the stuff on TV made me think of like the way they depicted the media and like Starship Troopers and RoboCop, were just these absurd fucking commercials and just over the top shit.
The advertisements. Almost
the way people
now.
Yeah, the way people talk and stuff, like their reality TV show or her talk show that she had is just a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I mean? Like, that's it. It's like fucking people that fuck people sitting around talking about shit they have no idea. Yeah, exactly. They have no. Yeah.
The fucking the doomsday scenario interface.
Yeah.
That was fucking weird.
But I enjoyed it, man. Like,
man.
I didn't know.
The fact that everything was advertised by Bud Light and Hustler.
Yeah,
that's like the idiocracy fucking nod in my head. It's like porn and booze, dude. That's what's fucking fueling
idiocracy vibes, dude.
Yeah.
For real.
Just the way people would interact with one another was so unnatural.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I hope the Earth never slows down.
No, dude, fuck that.
People are gonna get weird.
Yeah.
We know how when the moon's close and we have a full moon, they're always like, people always act weird.
Yeah.
It's like
you go outside, you're like,
time. Could you imagine how weird it was a moonfall? My head hurts.
Does it like
what's wrong? Oh, slow down.
Yeah.
Well, and that's like, doesn't the moon have something to do with like women and their periods and stuff?
I mean, it
I don't know
controls
about
the
all
waves.
that
I
shit.
don't know, man. I mean,
They didn't touch on that at all.
no.
Like, dude, the moon is
That's what that flood was. They just Colin was
you were
messing
talking
for your
about
TV.
like yeah, I mean, dude, the moon is like the OG pod lock.
Yeah,
Like,
right. Shuts it down.
hard.
But no, man, I enjoy Donnie Darko more because to me, this is what I was telling Adam. To me, it's more accessible because it's more relatable for people,
Yeah.
right? Because most
Right.
people have had they had some sort of angsty teen bullshit, and if they didn't, they're not watching Donnie Darko to begin with,
Well,
right?
there's just so much going on in this movie.
Yeah, like so fucking
much, dude.
much. Yeah,
I'm over here trying to
Well,
keep up
I
with the
was
storyline, and I'm like, why are we over here now? Like, what?
I guess you worded it better, Griffin, because I guess the word I was going to use was there's a pretentiousness to Donnie Darko,
yeah,
but that's really just the angsty aspect of the film.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I don't know, man. Kelly's still a hard sell for I think any kind of moviegoer because like but like both of these films explore some pretty strange ideas
Yeah.
and almost kind of like a uh who did like Alex the guy who did
Gardner?
The Beach.
The Beach.
Yeah. uh Alex Garner, I think.
Garland?
Garland, yes. Like the
Ex Machina?
oddity, like the oddity is just weird.
Yeah.
Definitely has his own style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like watching this now, though. Like, if I would have watched this in 2006, I'm like, what? You know?
Yeah.
Like, now it made much more sense. You know, just kind of
Yeah.
when you look at the world, it's like, damn.
We're
We're
dangerously
actually doing
close to
some of
that.
this shit now.
Yeah, right.
It definitely seems the mature version of what we were getting in Donnie Darko.
Yeah.
I mean that the comedy bits are just are so good
Yeah.
in terms of like just being on the nose. And it is like considering the way the world is now, it's just weird how almost I don't know. Which when you look at those type of events and stuff and the way the world is now, man, a lot of people have been calling this shit for a decade or so.
Yeah.
And probably further if you dig far like, deep enough online and shit.
Dude, they
Yeah.
could re-release this movie and just call it GTA 5 the movie. When Will Sasso and the green-haired guy come up there and shoot that woman,
Yeah.
whenever it cut back to them standing there with those guns, I was like, they look like GTA 5 characters.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Especially the guy with green hair. No shirt, no shoes. I was like, what is
Didn't
he
give a
doing?
fuck. Yeah, dude. Didn't give a fuck, man. And it's such an interesting dynamic too, because like like you said, Donnie Darko, it is angsty, but there is a certain level of like fucking, you know, of that characteristic to it. But this is like we're dealing with complete dumbasses that are only focused on fucking and getting fucked up.
Yeah, everybody.
You know, like Donnie Darko is so pretentious. This is like a more mature story, but everybody in it is so much more immature. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of how the real world does pan out. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna be one of those fucking Jersey Shore bros, that's gonna consume your entire identity forever. Yeah,
Yeah.
forever.
Well, I mean, as at one point you are that guy through sheer naivety, and then as you mature, you can reflect and be like, dude, you're a dumbass. Like,
Yeah.
like It's yeah.
But on the whole, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean,
For
I'm gonna give it a
sure.
star.
Yeah, man. Just for like just for the really strange surprise.
Yeah.
What?
And how
Revelation.
yeah, and how accurate it kind of is to like modern day. Like it's not on the nose as it is in the film, but like we're constantly being watched and
And the news is like that. It's, I mean,
yeah, yeah. The news is clickbait. There's a fucking alleged election tampering.
yeah,
You know,
that
like
just happened.
yeah, legitimately,
Yeah.
yeah. Like all this shit is like so fucking relevant. It's almost scary
Yeah.
how relevant it actually is. So, but yeah, I'm gonna give it a full star as well, man. I enjoyed it. I thought that it was like it's Kelly at his finest, in my opinion. You know, he has an idea and he takes it and runs with it. What's crazy is like I read that he had wrote the script for this, and the original script was like it was all about actors and actresses, and they're trying to like fuck on each other and stuff, and like do that's how it was supposed to play out. And he kept some of that stuff, but whenever 9/11 happened, it like sparked something for him, so he went back and rewrote it instead of it being like this actor fucking actress, like them trying to fuck over each other and fuck on each other, which they kept a good majority of that in the film, but like it turned into this like, well,
Some
this
entanglement.
yeah,
Like,
well, and not only that, but it also turned into like, well, because of the Patriot Act and everything that was happening in the world at that time that he was working on the rewrite, he's like, how far can it go? And it's gone pretty
He took
fucking
it there.
far.
like for
Yeah.
instance, in there was that scene that Gellar's character did where they're they're all talking about some stuff, and then at one point it's like an advert for one of her shows, and when she's looking at the screen and she's naming off the topics that they talk
Yeah,
about,
when on the beach.
that was crazy. Like I felt like I was sitting there like watching a moment where I'm like, dude, she's giving out trigger words. One of us is about to fucking flip out and become the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Uh,
And buried in all that shit that they were going to talk about was like what, teenage hormones
yeah.
or something. I'm like,
Like teen. Like it was around. Yeah, she was like, it was like war, famine, quantum entanglement, teen horniness. Like
See, when
okay.
the teen horniness is
just
okay. That was
these
her
Yeah.
pop record.
these really weird, weird subjects.
It's fucking it was out there, man.
Strange
But in the
guy.
best, yeah.
Like,
And what's
I've seen this movie in thrift shops all the fucking
oh,
time,
it's
man.
coming home.
Yes,
Time
I
run
will
into it,
definitely.
It's coming home, dude.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna,
Because you
yeah,
see
I'm
it
gonna
all the
snag
time.
it.
Man. I've seen it.
yeah.
Well, now that I know what I would get myself, which it's sad because I see it all the time, but like, I just didn't think to ever grab the box and just fucking read it. I guess, I guess
Well,
it's
dude,
the way the font
even
and
if
the
you read
title.
the synopsis, it doesn't. You can't explain the movie.
Yeah, it's like after
No.
a 3-day
Yeah.
heat wave, it's like setting it down, moving
Yeah.
along.
Okay.
And did they even say anything about a heat wave happening?
I don't remember.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
Uh,
I don't remember it, but I swear it was literally probably like one throwaway line in a scene.
Maybe at the
yeah.
beginning.
Yeah,
When he was
like
explaining shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I really thought I was on a menu and I was trying to move. I was trying to get to the play.
Yeah.
Where's play now?
Man, I was like whenever you were saying the you could feel how old the movie was.
Yeah. Even in the quality of it.
I'm getting so much. Sorry, I was pulling up something on Wikipedia. I was trying to find the because I gotten on it. Let me go back to Southland. The movies that came out the year that this movie came out, I was like, holy shit, like just the sheer amount of films that came out that year that I know we were all at prime moment where it was like, good Lord, like,
yeah.
All right, here we go. Smoking Aces came out that year.
Went to the theater.
Seraphim Falls. I'm just gonna keep it really brief and hit the high notes. Fucking Orbit. And when I mean high notes, I mean fucking movies I know everyone can get a reference from.
Yeah.
The Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Astronaut Farmer when fucking Billy Bob Thornton straps himself to that shit. The number 23, Reno 911 Miami, Zodiac 300. Let's see, Rain Over Me, Shooter.
I went to the theater a lot in 2006.
TMNT,
yeah.
Blades of Glory.
Yeah.
Let's see, Grindhouse.
Yeah.
I went and watched that shit in the fucking theater. The Alpha Hunter Force Cullen movie film for theaters. Pathfinder.
Oh, goddamn.
The trip. Fuck you guys.
It's just the way you segued out of it was just fucking hilarious.
Oh man, dude, who could forget Spider-Man 3?
Yeah.
28 weeks later. I mean, fuck, you get it.
Yeah.
Shrek and Harry Potter was still fucking coming out, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it really didn't stand a chance, but like.
That dude doesn't give a fuck, man.
Nah, dude.
He just makes what he wants to make.
Yeah. And what's fucked up though is like when you look at his IMDb, the last thing that he wrote and directed was The Box, and that came out in 2009. What the fuck has this dude been doing for the past 15 years? I mean, did he though?
I mean, he's not. He's got to be well off.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up his.
See the movie that he wrote. He wrote one that's got Mickey Rourke in it, and Keira Knightley. I think I'd like to see that one.
All right, what do you think? All right, he's 45 years old, right? What do you think Richard Kelly's net worth is?
I'd say between 5 to 10 million.
I think Donnie Darko got him some hella back end. I say he's probably up a little more.
So it hasn't been confirmed, right?
Yeah.
But between 1 and 5 million.
Well, I mean, look, dude, here's the thing though, man. Anything in the millions.
Yeah.
And if you're a smart guy, which,
yeah,
you know, SWAT board over here, you can invest it. I mean, you're set.
Yeah.
You'll be fine if you're not, you know, an idiot. You just blow it.
Yeah.
You'll never have to work again. Make some investments, buy some property. Flip it. I'd like to see him on one of those shows where they buy fixer-uppers.
Yeah.
Fix it. You know, every house would be every house, you know, like one house would be like Willy Wonka's fucking factory. Like,
yeah.
I just picture, I would like to hear some podcasts or something with him. I've never heard the guy give an interview.
I think Kev Smith did one.
I saw a clip where he was on some kind of documentary talking about him. I think he's a big fan of him.
Yeah.
I think he makes real movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he hasn't done anything in a while, right? So this interview or this article was written October the 27th, 2021. It says 20 years after the film's release, director Richard Kelly has recently teased plans to bring back Donnie Darko. In a recent interview with NME, I don't know what that is, Kelly said that he has plans to return to the world of Donnie Darko. He specifically shared, hopefully we'll have something to show people soon that will really blow everybody's minds. I hope to expand this universe. Says the film, which was Gyllenhaal's breakout role, followed his character, troubled high school student, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, its sequel, S. Darko, was released in 2009 but received negative reviews from many critics. In 2017, the director also teased another storyline that might have been in the works. At the time, Kelly said, "Well, I'm probably not allowed to say anything more than there has been an enormous amount of work completed. I'm hopeful that we might get to explore that world in a very big and exciting way, but we'll see what happens." So, I mean, he hasn't worked on anything in a while.
He
So,
makes classics,
yeah,
cult
right.
classics. Like they
Yeah,
have followings.
yeah. So I wonder if he's been working on something for the past,
Yeah.
what is it, 13 years
Well,
now at
once
this
you get a
point?
little money in your pocket, you can take your time. I mean,
Yeah,
food's paid for, rent's paid, pay
yeah,
my bills paid. You know.
yeah. And it would be kind of if he really wanted to expand on the Donnie Darko universe, right? And I'm
So he
just
didn't write
thinking,
the sequel, did he?
no,
He had nothing to do
they
with
use
that.
the characters. No, no,
That's
no.
why he's been gone pissed.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah. But I wonder if they're going to, or if he's going to expand on the ideas that were presented in the film because I could see it working as like an anthology type thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like the ideas that were established and presented in the film, and how you see, like, and we'll talk about this when we do the Donnie Darko episode, but the way that like everybody lives that time out in their dream, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
um, how does it affects everybody else, and you see how it affects them at the end of the film. But how is that idea, if it's that profound, would affect people that aren't related to the situation, if that makes sense? I don't know. He could definitely do something very interesting with that and not even touch the Darkos at all, or that town, or those
Yeah, he would just
characters.
use another character.
Yeah. So I hope he does something soon, because I mean, Donnie Darko, great. I enjoyed this film. The Box, I enjoyed it as well,
Yeah.
and it's a film that I need to go back and revisit. And I'm excited to revisit it here in the next couple of weeks. But like,
we're watching.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm excited to see what he does. But
Isn't no, to make sure, it's the Cameron Diaz film, right?
It is.
Okay. Yes. Good movie.
Yeah.
Strange movie. I like that actor that's in it. That I want to say the main movie that stands out from him that always gives me the creeps is when he plays the book collector in The Ninth Gate with Johnny Depp.
yeah,
He's the one that's like sending him out on that fucking quest to find that shit. And you
yeah.
find out dude's trying to kill him too. And like, did y'all ever watch The Ninth Gate?
It's been a long
It's been a
time.
long time.
That's a damn good movie.
Yeah. But Moon Knight,
Oh yeah.
Oh
man, new shit has come to
New
light.
fucking personalities have come to light. Apparently, I mean.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, in this episode, we finally get that stuff that they showed in the trailer a ton, where like he suits up and he's like, people are shooting at him and shit. So we finally get that happen. And how fucking cool is this dude? You
He's
know?
badass, dude. When he grabs the bullets and sends them back with the cape,
Yeah.
I was like, Batman
Yeah.
can't do that, you know?
Yeah, get the fuck out. Yeah. But I've really been enjoying the direction.
I've enjoyed the growth between Mark and Steven.
Yeah.
I like that you start seeing where they're figuring that shit out, to where you got like having these moments where, because it dawned on me when I was watching one of those action sequences, or the big fight at dude's little, like, I don't know, his not fencing, but
His jousting complex.
Yeah, they called it something, but I'm like, this is some weird fucking Renaissance shit, man. Anyway,
Egyptian pastime shit, like.
Yeah, our pikes are curved, but we're gonna have a fight scene where Moon Knight's gonna be wrecking shit, but we're gonna be seeing Mark and Steven alternate throughout the fight. Like you're gonna be seeing a lot of shit switching in one individual.
Yeah.
Once they get their shit down pat and they've got their aces in their places, man, and everybody's like coming out when they're supposed to. That's gonna be really fucking cool.
Well, that one scene, dude, where Steven was in charge, he's like, "Give me the body," and he got in there, and the dude hit him. He went, "Take it back, take it back!" Like that was funny.
Steven's learning his place, and so is Mark, and the reluctancy between both characters, like that's been really it like that got done up some of the character development for them was really good in that episode.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been enjoying it so far, and I can't wait to see what they do in the going forward. I mean, they called the fucking council, and he rewound the sky.
Dude, they missed out on a good opportunity here to use the song "If I Could Turn Back Time" for the credits.
I know, right?
Because he did. By about 2,000 years.
Yeah.
How fucking comic book was that?
Yeah.
When they were just like, like we were talking about classic shit earlier. It was classic as fuck when they're sitting there putting the star map together, and they're like, we gotta remember how the fucking sky looked or whatever. And Conchu's like, yes, Smithers, let me walk
get me
off.
out when I get locked up because I already spent one and I did the moon thing, so
it's
gonna be my second strike.
Yeah, that whole moment.
You know what I liked about that? Because like normally when they do shit like that in something, you just see like the point of view of the characters are there. But they made it a point to like cut to people looking up, like, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah,
they never do that. Like,
like the people on Earth in the MCU are just used to random fucking shit going on all the goddamn time.
Yeah,
if I looked up at the sky and saw that, I would think we're dying.
Yeah,
I mean, we're about to crash into a galaxy or something. I mean,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Here's something I got to wondering. Now that we saw the other gods and their avatars and stuff, is there gonna like? I feel like that cemented Moon Knight in that little area of the MCU that's gonna revolve around the Eternals.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, they always like the way that it seems is they always have an avatar. Like
So
always.
I'm waiting for something like that to get referenced.
Yeah.
More so, I'm wondering if characters like Moon Knight and some of if this is a hit and things go on and the story gets patched into the larger narrative, and not just for Moon Knight, I guess for a lot of these new characters moving forward.
Like the Black Knight.
When the fuck are we gonna see the worldwide ramifications of Tiamat just half hanging out of the earth now?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I think that'll be coming with Doctor Strange. I think that'll be some of that leaking into it, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, they did push Spider-Man and Doctor Strange back because of the pandemic, and they pushed the Eternals back. So honestly, we might not get it until like the next Marvel film, or Marvel property. Because I mean, they worked on a lot of these shows during the pandemic as well.
I mean, dude, that would be a great way to introduce possibly the Fantastic Four, like have Reed Richards studying it.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, we can turn a whole new episode into what if.
Yeah, right. What if? But someone did say that, and this is just a rumor. The new episode comes out tomorrow, but they did say that there's hints that that Moon Knight, or that Mark has been Moon Knight since like 2010 or 2012. So he existed while all this shit was happening. And I think that, and they might explain.
Get like a backstory episode.
Well, that chick was acting like they've been together a while. She's like, all the adventures we went on.
Yeah.
It's like, how many adventures did you guys go on?
Yeah. We're not talking about going to Splitsville, if you know what I'm saying. We're talking about like fucking tomb robbing and shit. But at the same time, it's like,
well, maybe. I mean, I could be wrong, but when but there's an early movie, and it might be the first Avengers, maybe Age of Ultron, but we get a moment where there's a screen where they were tracking a bunch of shit.
yeah.
And wasn't Moon Knight one of the characters referenced? Like Shield became aware of him.
I think so. But I mean, it makes sense why they wouldn't try to get him into the Avengers because he's got multiple personalities. He's fucked up.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
He's not crazy. Like, he's a little
Fury. Well, Fury's got like Fury. Fury's got a file on him, a Fury file, if you will, and kind of like the file when Tony Stark's like, I'm irrational, don't work well with others. Slams it down. What is this shit?
What is this shit? But yeah, I'm excited for the next episode, and they're keeping it 6 episodes. I'm gonna miss it when it's gone. Oscar Isaac is incredible, man.
Here's my thing. Does the show need to keep going with seasons? Or does this need to be a one and done and just have it where it's like, okay,
over into stuff, possibly.
Moon Knight's primed and ready for the crossover in movies.
Well, I think that here's how you do Moon Knight, in my opinion. Introduce him in the series. Then, if they want to cross him over, whether it be in other series or movies, do that, and then have a reason why he has to like he disappears, something happens. Then you do a season of the series where he's dealing with shit in his own head. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, he's like he's a hitman, more like Mark's kind of like a hitman, right? So like something could trigger his PTSD even worse, or something like that could happen, and he fucks off away from whatever's going on, and then we see exactly what was happening to him while that was happening. I think with a character like this, because whenever you have an ensemble cast, it's going to be it's going to be more difficult to work the multiple personality angle into that.
Well, yeah. But Marvel's done a really good job though of being able to keep certain like themes in their place in their shared universe. Like, we have the Earth-based adventures. We have the cosmic adventures. We've got the crossover for both. And then now it's like we're getting into the supernatural and spiritual stuff.
Yeah.
And, maybe they'll keep him, tucked away in that regard.
And I think that that's where he fits in perfectly. So if they decided to do something like Black Knight, Blade, Ghost Rider, something like that, and it would be really fucking cool. And I know that this would take a lot of time and a lot of fucking effects and everything, but it would be really, really cool if they figured out a way to have one of the other characters that he's teamed up with see not only Moon Knight, but also see the other personalities helping him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like almost like they're running around and nobody else can see them, and they're like giving him advice and shit. Because I like that dynamic. I like where they're going with that, with the mirrors and all that kind of shit. So they could find a way to incorporate that and expand on that by having a visual representation of that, as opposed to having him go from character to character to character. So there's ways to do it. It just depends on how they want to handle the situation.
In this show, I can't remember if it was Heavy Spoilers or someone, but they mentioned that island from X-Men. They did it in Winter Soldier, and now they've mentioned it in this.
Was it Genosha?
I don't remember the name, but they mentioned it in Falcon Winter Soldier, and then in this third episode, it was mentioned the island. Like whenever something happened there,
Yeah,
it's like, oh, that's the X-Men. A lot of the X-Men stories were based around it. Like,
yeah.
Oh, so but if they mentioned it here, and they mentioned it in Falcon Winter Soldier, that would kind of connect it. I mean,
yeah.
Well, it was an Easter egg.
A long-standing plot device that they've used to keep some of the stories to where the X-Men are just like, why aren't the X-Men there? Is they kind of pull Wakanda and they have like they become an isolationist like state basically.
Yeah.
Like the government doesn't fuck with them and they don't fuck with, and vice versa.
It was almost like they took like Singapore and made their own.
Yeah.
Madrigal?
Something. I can't.
X-Men Island. Genosha, that's it. It's Genosha. No, Krakoa. Nope.
Krakoa is the new location. That's like a whole other plane of existence now because they got really weird with X-Men.
Yeah.
Of course they did.
But anyway,
but I think it's connected. You know how Marvel is, dude. They're like, yeah, this is a standalone thing. It's like, is it?
Yeah, what?
Because like you were saying, connecting it to the, what was the Eternals? Well, if Black Knight gets involved, then it's connected to the Eternals.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, but I'm excited for what they're doing with it, man. It's been a fun ride so far, and it sucks we're getting 6 episodes, but I'm also glad they're keeping it short and like, filling it
out.
Yeah,
Did you guys
get him into other stuff?
Did you guys think Ethan Hawke was going to snap that little statue?
I thought he was going to break it.
Yeah.
I was going to throw it at the ground, but wasn't that like let him out?
I don't know.
Dude, he went over there and picked it up, was talking shit to it.
Yeah,
he was teabagging the statue, dude. Like
he was dancing on it,
being toxic as fuck.
Yeah, get him out of the game, dude.
So that guy that took him in there, he's like, we got him right here. So I was like, oh, this motherfucker's in on it. But he's not, because he waited for him to leave before he would talk. He's like, can you hear me? And then he like looked back to make sure the guy wasn't there, and he was like,
I'm gonna fuck your whole world.
Also, is the wife gonna become a problem between Mark and Steven?
I don't think that they're gonna elaborate on that. Me personally,
well, she was giving
him the eyes.
She was giving Steven that side eye, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I could see where they might do that, but at the same time, like, whoa,
she can have the best of both worlds. Like when you're just like when you're going out on the date, it's Steven.
Yeah,
he's gonna be a gentleman, a scholar, right?
But when you want to get fucking dick down,
Steven's like, "Oh, are you okay?"
Yeah,
Mark's like,
and she's like, "I need Mark out here. Bite the pillow, bitch." Like, goddamn.
Arch your back.
Give the body. I need it. That's the fucking Moon Knight series that I want. God.
Fan fiction.
Now here's my thing, right? So we've kind of talked about, like, I talked to Alina the other night and told her it would be cool to play a D&D character that has dissociative identity disorder, where every time their personality changed, it was a different class, right? So you go from barbarian to wizard, and because, like, when they've done studies on people with dissociative identity disorder, the personalities, the talents that they have don't transfer from one person to another, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, like,
cool.
Yeah, I know, right? That'd be fucking nutty, right? Well, I fucking lost track of where I was going with that. God damn it!
This don't happen. About.
Yeah, about playing. Yeah.
When you switch the characters, their stuff doesn't carry over. They would have their own set of skills, each one.
Yeah. And
how would you do the crossover?
What do you mean?
Or how would you switch between personalities?
You roll.
Oh, and then you just see who you get.
Yeah.
Dude, you might go into battle with one person and be like, I'm prepared for this. And then you roll different personality. Oh, I got the scared one. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, right. But there was something in relation to Moon Knight about that. God, I fucking forgot where I was going with that.
Did you not kind of have the idea from watching Moon Knight?
Yeah. That's where what I got the idea from, but I can't remember where I was going with my point there. Like I was trying to use that as a reference as to like I don't fucking know. I don't know where I was going with it. Anyway,
We tried, Griff.
yeah, I know, man. I know. But anyway, Moon Knight. I got sidetracked. Yeah. Excited for it, man. Can't wait to see what they do in the future with him. Like, I feel like the popularity it's definitely been one of my favorite or my favorite Marvel series so far.
It's in the top 3.
Yeah, I mean Loki was great, but like he's such an interesting character.
And new.
Yeah,
Something
exactly.
new. It's like, oh, new character. It's like, I've got any more of those later.
But like we got a whole fucking
and we bought more.
Yeah, right. So y'all want to do some movie news real quick?
Yeah.
Something I won't forget about. So, Streets of Rage movie is in the works from John Wick creator Derek Kolstad. So, the next video game from the past to be revived with an all new movie adaptation will be Streets of Rage. Per Deadline, a feature film based on the side scrolling beat 'em up movie game or video game is now in the works with the spec script written by Derek Kolstad, the creator of the John Wick franchise, who served as a writer for the first 3 films in the action movie series. Kolstad also wrote last year's Nobody, which stars Bob Odenkirk as an action hero. Producing Streets of Rage film will be DJ2 Entertainment, which did Sonic the Hedgehog, and Escape Artists, which did The Equalizer. Like Sonic the Hedgehog, Streets of Rage was also originally developed by Sega and first published on the company's Genesis console in '91. Its simplistic story follows a group of vigilantes fighting their way through a city filled with violent criminals in pursuit of a dastardly mob boss. Multiple sequels followed on Sega Genesis, with a revival sequel, Streets of Rage 4, released in 2020 on modern gaming consoles. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 setting the new record at the box office for a video game adaptation's opening seems to be resulting in progress made on other planned video game movies. It was just recently announced that Jason Momoa would star in the live action Minecraft movie by Napoleon Dynamite director Jared Hess, and John Wick director Chad Stahelski is also working on a Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Tsushima video game movie with writer Takashi Dashare. Several more video game adaptations are already in the works. So they're working on, of course, the Mario Brothers. We've talked about that. Last of Us, Twisted Metal is in development right now. Also Borderlands, Splinter Cell, and Metal Gear Solid. Which Metal Gear Solid and Splinter Cell is not going to be too hard to pull over because, I mean, it's basically like Born Identity.
Speaking of Borderlands, Eli Roth took a bullet on the shitter in that movie.
Yeah, I know, right? Goddamn.
Yeah. I'm glad like you gave me a little. So they were like fight because I'm like Streets of Rage. Yeah, I remember that game, but I don't remember a plot. Like you were just going in one direction, killing people, fighting.
Yeah.
So really, it's just it could be. They don't even have to use this as the. It could just be a movie where you're trying to track down a mob boss. Like,
yeah, but I hope that they bring some of that stylized.
oh, I'm sure.
Like that's that's one thing that Sonic was good about. I haven't watched the Sonic sequel yet, but they brought a lot of that stylized stuff into it, which made it very interesting, and I really hope that that's what they bring into it in the future.
Speaking of Sonic 2, some clips have made their way online, and looks good, man. Looks like it holds up just like the first one.
Everything that I've seen, everybody has been like, it does everything that the first film does, but better.
Yeah, bigger. More money, more. They were like, oh, they liked it. Pump more money into it. You don't really hear a lot of people talking about this, but I saw an interview with Jim Carrey, and he's like, I think I'm done.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I have enough. I've done enough.
Yeah.
Unless a movie comes along where I'm just like, ooh, I have to make this.
Yeah.
I think I'm done.
I mean,
The
I'm
slap
sure if
kind of, pushed that aside.
yeah, right, of course, yeah.
But
But I'm sure if something came along that made sense,
that's
you
what he said.
know?
Like if something grabs his attention, but he's like, I've done enough. I've given you enough.
Yeah,
And it's like you have, Jim Carrey. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you for your
Like if
contributions.
they do another Sonic movie,
Yeah, he'll be back.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
great
of
character.
course. Yeah.
I mean, he looks like if he's having a miserable time, he is covering it up well.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I mean, things got kind of rocky for him there
for a
for
little
a
bit.
minute. Yeah. But he's
But his
back,
artwork
baby.
got better.
Yeah.
I would like to have a Jim Carrey painting. They actually
You
look
want
pretty good.
one of those Trump paintings that he did?
Whatever I
Yeah.
can get, dude, that'd be worth money one day. Like,
Yeah, right. But yeah, next up here we have so we just talked about this, but Jason Momoa is going to star in the live action Minecraft movie. So
which was already supposed to be out, by the way.
Yeah, and it was supposed to have Charlie Day in it.
Yeah.
Like, and he was writing it. So what the anyway? So the Minecraft movie is moving forward with a major star set to take the lead. Aquaman and Game of Thrones star Jason Momoa has been cast in the live action feature film adaptation of the popular block building video game. Jared Hess, who did, of course, Napoleon Dynamite, is also on board to direct the movie for Warner Brother Pictures. The news was originally reported by The Ankler and has since been confirmed by THR. The Minecraft movie has been in development for many years and will include credit from late producer Jill Messick. Mary Parent and Roy Lee are also producing with Minecraft developer Mojang Studios, Lydia Winters and Vu Bui. Executive producers include John Berg, Kel Boiter, and John Spatz. Of course, it was first published by Mojang in 2009. Sold more than 238 million copies, dude. There have been attempts to get Minecraft made into a movie in the past that haven't planned out. At one point, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. No, it wasn't Charlie. It was Rob. It was Mac.
That's right.
Was on board to direct the feature, but wound up parting ways with the project. It was reported in 2019 that Freeheld Helmer Pete Solid would direct Minecraft, but that didn't end up working out either. Steve Carell was also among the actors reportedly eyed for the role, but he's not involved with this current version with Hess and Momoa. It would seem that the continued success of video game adaptations has given the Minecraft film the juice it needs to finally make some traction. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 just debuted to incredible success, surpassing the record opening previously held by the original in 2020. Mortal Kombat was the most streamed new release on HBO Max in 2021. There are other big names in the works that we've already talked about.
You know what else probably like gaslit this was recently in April, the Minecraft movie was supposed to come out.
Yeah, and people were talking about
Yeah,
it.
dude, like, it was trending on Twitter, and I bet they were like, "Oh, get on that." Yeah, they're still interested.
Yeah. Well, to me, they had their perfect opportunity to do the Minecraft movie when something that I never thought would work as a fucking movie worked. The Lego movie.
Oh yeah.
Because what is Minecraft but digital Lego blocks?
3D
You know?
Legos.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought that like when that happened, and that's when they started talking about it, you know? But
I'm
it
actually
just
all
never
right
did.
with that director.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You know, he did like Nacho Libre.
Dry.
Yeah.
Very dry.
I think that's good for that style of comedy. Like,
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, but we'll see if it ever gets off the ground. But here's the thing that this is what makes video game adaptations successful. I haven't watched Halo, of course, but like I'm eventually going to get around to it. But like with Sonic,
it's a mess.
oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Does it just keep getting more and more more and more messy?
well, you know what time it is. Like,
Yeah.
That snowball just keeps rolling and getting bigger, man.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is like the way that I interpret it, like pretty much everybody that consumes this and that are fans, as long as like there's a lot of familiar things there that you can go ooh and ah at, and you like not
Well,
even.
Well, like me,
it's
dude. I didn't
not.
play Halo. I don't know nothing about Halo.
Well, it's not even that, I
3
would
episodes
say.
in.
It's not even that, I'd say, man. I don't know. I mean, I haven't been like, man, I gotta cut this off or anything like that. I've just been like, it's just a lot going on in the show.
Yeah. Well, and to me, it's like, okay, you know the audience that you're aiming for when you do a video game adaptation, right? And you know
Yeah.
that like that audience has certain expectations that, and the bar at this point for expectations on video game adaptations is so low that they'll take almost anything as long as it's like, as long as it makes sense, as long as it's somewhat accurate to the game, and as long as it's like coming from a good place. And what I mean from a good place is like, I mean, look, like Sonic was a classic road adventure
Yeah.
with two unlikely. It was planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yeah, dude. Got a
Yeah,
bit of
that's
wokeness
all.
in it, you know?
Yeah, it was planes, trains, and automobiles with a CGI character and the dude that played Cyclops like 15 fucking years ago. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Forgot about that.
it did. Yeah, it didn't reinvent the wheel by any
No.
stretch of the imagination, but what it did was have heart.
Yeah.
You know, and like heart, and the fact that the internet collectively came together and said, "Fuck your Sonic, we want a real representation of Sonic."
Yeah.
And and that's what I'm saying. If you give the fans of the video games like enough of what they want to see, and and it's coming from a good place with a lot of heart in it, then you can't go wrong until that bar is set so incredibly high.
Yeah.
You know, and the bar hasn't been set high yet by any means. So that's like Twisted Metal is going to be interesting. You know what I mean?
Very.
There's a lot of stuff that they're working on. Like I think that like okay, Splinter Cell and um Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Like I was saying earlier, like all that is like espionage.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
Jason Bourne.
it's yeah, it's something that we've seen 1,000 times, but you give fucking the Splinter Cell dude those fucking night vision goggles, and you give Solid Snake a fucking eye patch and a gruff sound,
Yeah.
you're good. You know, like run with it. So,
There's a few boxes you got to check, and then you're solid.
and then just have fun with it. Yeah, exactly. Right. So I don't know if you knew about this, Trav, but there was an individual, and he might
Uh-huh.
be the best of all of us. He went to the movie theater 292 times and watched Spider-Man No Way Home. Florida man.
Is it?
Yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah, just officially set the new world record for most cinema productions attended of the same film. Between December the 16th, when the film premiered, to March the 15th, this individual watched Spider-Man No Way Home an astonishing 292 times. Keeping in mind that the movie is rather long, that totals up to 720 hours or 30 days worth of watching the same movie.
He had to
This is,
watch it multiple times
yeah. Oh, right
a
here.
day. Like,
This is actually the second time that this dude claimed the record. He previously set the record in 2019 by watching Avengers Endgame 191 times, surpassing Johan Connor of Australia's prior record of watching Bohemian Rhapsody 108 times.
God damn. Does he work at a theater?
I don't know.
Because,
I don't
well, it says
know.
that he spent that money on it.
Dude,
Yeah.
at $10 a ticket, that's
Well, it tells you.
that's nearly $3,000.
He spent $3,400 on movie tickets. Dude, I think that this is such a huge, like, it's good PR. They're in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Guinness book. Some dude sat there and watched it that many times. I think Disney should cut him a check for $5,000.
yeah,
Give him his money back, dude. He
yeah.
earned it. Because that's kind of
So it says,
cool. That's got a
yeah,
lot to say for their movie too. This dude liked it so much.
it said here that setting the world record meant watching back-to-back screenings for 3 months until it stopped screening. Watching the film as much as 5 times every day for the first few weeks. He says the most difficult part was the late night viewings, which brought about headaches after watching the film so many times that day. For every screening to be counted toward the total, the film must be watched from start to finish, all the way up until the very end of the credits. It must also be done independently of any other activity. Meaning, could not take
Yeah.
any bathroom breaks or even so much as look at his phone. He also had to submit every ticket stub along with statements taken from theater attendants from every single viewing,
That he wasn't
verifying
asleep.
that he had watched the film.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
got fucking
Yeah.
receipts.
yeah. That's fucking crazy. You know?
He probably knows every
Well,
bit
yeah,
of
dude, right? He's
dialogue.
like a fucking Spider-Man No Way Home savant.
Yeah.
He said after watching the movie nearly 300 times, his favorite part was the Andrew Garfield
Yeah.
part and his redemption arc.
I mean,
I agree with it. It was awesome.
yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Didn't have to
So
watch it
is
that
the
many times to come to that decision, but
yeah.
one was
Is
enough.
there
But
is there any film that you have ever seen that you would watch from December to March, so a 3-month span, 292 times?
no,
Y-
5
Y'all would
times a
think I'm
day.
a s- y'all would think I'm a psychopath.
What is it fucking Portrait of a Serial Killer?
No, man. I'll
What
put
is
it
it?
this way. I probably couldn't go as far as to show the receipts like this person, but I shit you not, and it's probably the worst choice for some people. But I don't care. I love this movie so much. I could pick up
Man
any
of
second.
Steel.
Fucking Man of
I knew
Steel,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
I know,
I
but
could
you've seen
leave
it a lot.
I could leave that movie playing on infinite loop and I wouldn't be
Yeah, but you got to
I
watch
wouldn't
it. You can't be on your phone. Can't go to
oh,
sleep. You can't go to the bathroom. 5 hours,
oh,
dude. 5 viewings a day.
That's
I
10
couldn't do
hours.
it.
That's a full-time job, dude.
There's no movie that I love that much that I could do that.
like that
Django.
this
Django was pretty
hardcore
good.
probably not, man.
Yeah, right.
But I like as for a
I could
movie
watch
that
it
I
like
could
once a day.
I could
I mean, give me a whole
dude
year. I'll bring it out once a
for
day.
for a minute there, yeah. That's like Man of Steel is something I watched when I got home and shit cuz like it was in it was when I was moving into our new house and I didn't have the internet, so I just had my collection and I just kept going back to it, man.
It's a great movie.
It's
I
a
think they're gonna
wonderful
make
film.
more.
I know that article we
Yeah.
read last week gave me a lot of hope, you know?
Well, like, dude, the MCU started with Iron Man going down the road, or Tony Stark going down the road talking shit about MySpace and all that.
Yeah.
The DCEU literally started with Superman's heartbeat.
Yeah.
You hear that heartbeat pumping in as the fucking title credits are starting, and then you see the birthing scene, dude. Like it's that literal, like you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So, next up here, Doc Strange 2 will feature more surprises than Endgame and No Way Home combined. So, at this stage in the game and in movies such as Avengers Endgame and Spider Man No Way Home, Marvel fans are used to picking their jaws up off the floor following some crowd pleasing surprises. Well, audience jaws could be feeling heavier than ever after seeing the upcoming MCU sequel, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which will reportedly feature more surprises than Avengers, Infinity War, Endgame, and No Way Home combined. Coming courtesy of a report from notable insider, don't give his name out, Come on, guys. So anyway, he said this is what he had to say about it. Yesterday, I got an email. What I was basically told was this. I cannot say who this is from, but it said, "Yeah, they're not going to be screening Doctor Strange 2 during CinemaCon. Sorry to tell everybody that it's guaranteed that they are not going to show Doctor Strange 2 during CinemaCon." The sheer level of security surrounding Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness has been reported recently, and it sounds like Marvel Studios has good reasons to keep things so secret. In the email, they went on to say this: "There's more security for this movie, blah blah blah." But the key line was this: there are more big surprises in Doctor Strange 2 than in Infinity War, Endgame, and Spider-Man: No Way Home combined.
Actually, was thinking about this the other day, and okay, this is like the 20th some odd film in this entire cinematic universe now. Tons of shows, lots of hours of content for Marvel right now.
Yep.
What better way to inject a bit of a thank you to fans for like, hey, thanks for sticking with us so long. What if something they did in the movie, like I guess in order to do some of the fan castings and stuff like that, like just see ideas that you can tell were pulled from long running fan theories.
Yeah.
Even if just briefly, just like have it where, because clearly they're jumping through universes in this movie.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a No Way Home and just all this shit's coming to them.
Yeah.
But I think it'd have a larger scope if they were going to these places.
Yeah, so you're saying like encompassing everything from fucking OG X-Men all the way up until modern.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
dude,
If I see
like
Wolverine in a yellow suit, I'm gonna shit my pants.
Dude,
In the
right?
theater.
well, yeah, like they show up somewhere and it's like, yeah, it's X-Men 90,
Like,
98.
holy shit. Like something they would never do in a series, but they can do it here.
Yeah.
But it would
the
be
costume design is a little outdated.
Yeah. But I mean, they could, dude, or they could go anywhere. Dude, what if he just pops up somewhere? Like, what would be really touching is if he shows up at like in the Logan universe, and they find some way to tie that in.
Yeah.
Or I know Logan's in the main X-Men timeline, but like, it's so far removed, it's its own thing, you know?
Yeah. Well, not only that, but what about fucking Days of Future Past?
Oh man.
Like if they're like that would be perfect, And what if we get that fucking sequence from fucking like you see an alternate shit happen where like he goes back again and he fucking kills himself or you know what I mean? Like
Or
you
dude, what if the Patrick Stewart we're seeing or the Professor X we're seeing? He's the Professor X that showed up that's like, look, in our universe, we had to fight the Avengers and we won.
Oh shit, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like they play on, they do twists on certain storylines, but don't necessarily commit to it. So, things can still play out if they so choose.
Yeah.
Well, I think that they're going to go all out here. That way we can get back to our regular broadcast. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Like we
for
can't
sure.
keep doing this in every movie where it's just like,
well, yeah, it's got a bookend soon.
Yeah. So they're like, we did a little with Spider-Man, everybody loved it. Now we're going all out.
Balls out.
It's gonna get really. Well, it's gonna get really convoluted if we have a multiverse thing going on, and they're trying to do Secret Invasion or Armor Wars and shit like that. It's gonna be weird because it's like, why aren't these characters involved in the larger problem?
Yeah, exactly. So dude, it comes out it comes out May the 5th, right?
Yeah, so like 3 weeks.
Guess who's got an eye doctor's appointment the day after it comes out? I didn't even think about that, dude.
We all have to go see it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
There's no way you can wait for this to come out.
No.
You have to go watch it.
Yeah. So, and I got approval today. I took the 6th off because me and Marina both have eye doctor's appointments like 30 minutes or 15 minutes apart from one another at the same place, right?
They're gonna dilate your eyes.
Uh, normally they don't.
Okay.
Um,
Only if they do a
they
pressure test.
so, and they normally do a pressure test with me because of my medical conditions.
Yeah.
You know, they have to check the blood vessels in my eyes and stuff, you know, so they do a pressure. Anyway, I don't I don't even know why I'm talking. Yeah.
You're still gonna get the eye puffs though, and that sucks.
That shit scares me.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
But I'd rather have that than the fuck you
go
vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know. But last up here on this is something that this come out 2 weeks ago, and we talked about this last night, and I'm still fired up, okay? So, all right, Kevin Smith's Kilroy Was Here will be exclusively available to 5,555 NFT holders. So, years in the making, Kevin Smith's next film is finally getting released, but only a select few will get a chance to see it. The comedy horror anthology Kilroy Was Here will be available exclusively via 5,555 NFTs. The Kilroy NFTs will be available sometime in the next 3 months on the Lingat, I don't know, whatever fucking stupid platform that is. They'll include the movie, exclusive behind the scenes footage, commentary track, and exclusive art. Viewing access to the film will be unavailable to anyone else without the special crypto key the NFT provides. At this time, this is the only planned distribution method for the film. Smith fans shouldn't count on being able to catch it in theater or on streaming. Smith revealed the Kilroy Was Here trailer way back in summer of 2020 at Virtual Comic Con. So it's based off of graffiti phenomenon from the 40s. So he compared the film to the 1982 George A. Romero anthology Creepshow or 2012's VHS. The trailer revealed goofy horror with children saying cursed chants and an alligator hunter, an old woman with a weed grow operation, a pedophile priest, and plenty of gore. The film has had a storied path to release, co-written by Smith and Andrew McElfresh, to, to originally center around the activities of Krampus. The script was tweaked after Michael Daughtry made a movie about the folklore character. Smith started working on Kilroy with students from Ringling College of Art and Design before he had a heart attack in 2018. Can't go without mentioning that. Kilroy NFT additionally offers the opportunity for art collectors to become artistic collaborators in creating the sequel to the film per an official press release.
Yeah.
So this is what the press release had to say. When you buy the Kilroy NFT, you get exclusive access to the movie. But more importantly, the specific version of Kilroy you get is your Kilroy to do with whatever you want. Make your own movie, turn it into a cartoon, license him for lunchboxes. We started the story. Now you get to continue it with your very own version of our titular character. And along with a brand new chapter I'll shoot next year, the shorts and animation that the Kilroy NFT owners create with their own Kilroys will make up the bulk of our sequel anthology. The Kilroy NFT offers an exciting and unique opportunity to go from an art collector to a collaborating artist.
So here's what I'm hearing. If you purchase it, you can do with whatever you want with it, right?
So you can release it if you want to, right?
Yeah. There's got to be some fine print there. It's like, you can't fucking distribute it. It's like, I mean, I own it.
Yeah.
That's how NFTs work.
Yeah, you buy the license for it.
The one person could go in and buy it and just leak it. I mean, then all these people that buy it, because it's like, it's a club.
Yeah.
Well, if you can leak it, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It will be leaked.
It will be. I hope so. I mean, to be honest, I hope so.
Yeah,
as bad as that sounds, because it's fucking stupid.
Well, we've been listening to podcasts of him talking about this movie for years. Like,
yeah.
Well, it's like this seems like an attempt at utilizing FOMO for people, you know?
Yeah. Well, he's trying to cash in on that.
Buy the shit.
That NFT shit too, which didn't we all agree? You know,
yeah,
like it's already over.
Bullshit.
And also what it sounds like, dude. And you know how he is. It wasn't no studio picking this up.
That's what it sounds
That's
like.
what it
yeah.
sounds like.
Well,
so he's like,
the
he
whole
could have just
thing
put
of
it out
him,
himself.
well, the whole thing of him using it with the school and it being an art project above all else, really.
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably something that was out of his hands, and he was just like had to kind of okay it in a way. Like it seems like maybe he had something to do with it, but like I feel like if he's collaborating with all of these students,
but no, this is after.
Yeah.
I mean, this is his
Like,
movie.
Yeah. So he went to that college of fine arts. Well, not only because it was cheap, but also because like write-offs and all that
Yeah.
stuff. He would become a teacher at that point. Like, there's a lot of reasons he went there, but he also got free labor, basically.
And they went up to North Carolina and was making a movie.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did. So, and then like the trajectory of this happening, Trav, is like he did Smodcast. Him and Scotty Moe did Smodcast since what, 2011? I think that's when it started. So then he put like the majority of his content behind a paywall recently, like within the last couple of years.
It was during pretty much around COVID.
Yeah.
He couldn't go on the road and do shows, and that's his bread and butter.
Yeah.
We've been to a few. You know?
Yeah. And I get it, right? And I understand, like, the idea of Patreon and all that stuff is a great idea if it doesn't affect what you're already putting out into the world, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, if we're doing this podcast and we've got one dedicated listener out there somewhere, and we're like, fuck this one guy, we're gonna make them pay $5 a fucking week to listen to it. And it's like, but dude, and what really pisses me off about this entire situation is the fact that, like, okay, before I say this, I love Kevin Smith, I love his movies, I enjoy what he does, but the fact that he doesn't have the fucking goddamn ball sack to go out there and do a fucking crowd-funded fucking film that he should have been doing for goddamn years at this point. Yeah, he has enough fandom out there where he could raise more money to make a film than any fucking studio would ever give him.
Yeah.
But
he
he's got
thinks
a
that he don't want to like taking money. It's begging. He don't want to beg.
Yeah,
It's
so
like,
he's got this yeah, he's got this fucking ego complex where he doesn't want to fucking do that, but it's okay for him to release 5,000 versions of a film that literally millions of fans are gonna miss out on.
Oh, I see why they're doing that now, because whatever version gets leaked, they'll know.
Exactly. And not only that, but like when you release 5,000 copies of this film, and let's say that there's 1 million people that want to watch it, how fucking expensive is this shit gonna get?
Yeah.
It is fucking stupid.
It is.
I'm sorry, Kevin Smith. I love you. I love the work that you've done, but you need to take a step back because I have a feeling that a lot of the people that grew up watching you are getting fed up with your fucking dumb shit.
Yeah, I think that Snoochie Boochie strain's getting to his head.
I just felt the fucking anime shiny tip of the blade there, man.
I mean, dude, like this motherfucker, we talked about this last night. This motherfucker pioneered. He was the fucking grandfather of woke culture.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
More or less, he spearhead. Like nobody, like he was the main, like the quote unquote underground mainstream person that did something like Chasing Amy and put that in the spotlight and kind of allowed that to be okay to actually talk about and discuss. Yet he's going to take it to the utmost extreme possible and then start doing stuff like this, that there's no warranted reason to do something like that. You're isolating your fandom.
Your fans, dude.
Yes.
And I think a lot of them are going to be pissed about this. And
yeah.
You know. That thing with the paywall, though, man, like Mark Maron kind of did that first with his podcast. Like, you go online, there's so many episodes available. And then if you want the old ones. Now, luckily with Smith, I was there for all the old ones, so I already heard them. Yeah. Somebody that just finds it now, if you want to go back and listen to old episodes, it's behind a paywall. Difference between Marion had the fucking president on his podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Yeah. He's got
exactly.
way more listeners. And normally what people do with a paywall is like, you have Smodcast. That's free. It'll always be free. Free funny, right? That was always his thing.
Yeah.
When you put something behind a paywall, you make a new one.
Yeah, exactly.
You put that behind the paywall. That's extra content. That's that's not the shit that people. I mean, I have a lot of them downloaded, dude. I probably have 300 Smodcast episodes, the old ones.
Yeah. It's just it's frustrating, man. It's frustrating because it's creating this isolation of your fandom, and people don't want that. I haven't listened to anything with him in it in months.
Yeah, dude, I'm right there with you.
I mean, I just
I think that it's happening. I think there's more people doing that too.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean? We didn't even talk about that, but I haven't.
Yeah.
The last thing I listened to was the New Year's Babylon.
And I haven't even listened to that yet.
That's that's got Ralph on it. So that's.
I mean, I never got dedicated into Smith's podcast network, but I mean, I definitely have watched the occasional episode of Fat Mammy on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I could see where like what you were saying, Adam, where it would frustrate listeners who have just figured out, oh, Smith's got all this stuff going on. And, stuff that, OG's got to hear for free. That's like, oh, I got to pay now.
I bet that free funny's tagline's been removed.
Yeah. And that was his thing. He always was like, no matter what, Smodcast is never going to be behind a paywall. This is always going to be here. It's always going to be me. Yeah, it was always going to be him and Scott Mosier, unless Scott was out making the Grinch movie, whatever the fuck he was doing. And then he would interview people. And now that's gone. And I get it, man. But like, just the fact that like, it's okay for him to put all this shit that's been available for so long behind a fucking paywall. But he won't, dude, if he started a fucking Kickstarter today for Clerks 3, I would be on like the fucking $200 tier.
Hell in a handbasket.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to think of it too. Smith also, I would say Smith also has a very, just because of the nature of his fandom, because it pulls from a lot of fandoms that we're a part of too. So we're exposed to the more toxic side of it. Kevin Smith's fandom's good split down the middle on things. And a lot of those episodes that I have listened to of Kevin Smith's podcast and stuff, it's almost like it's a catch-up talk.
Yeah.
Like just him going on, like, because there's a lot of years of his life and a lot of things that he did that he had time to talk about it finally and shed light on that. And yeah, well, and I mean, I feel like this happens. This is probably a problem a lot of podcasters have from time to time. You've run out of things to talk about, really.
And then here's the thing, dude. When he starts telling a story, I've heard it. Unless it's some new shit, he repeats himself a lot.
And what I'm getting at with his fandom's division is, most of what people are going to talk about today are the topics that are relevant, that pretty much every one of them are divisive in nature.
Yeah.
For good or bad, And maybe it's his way of, hey, I'm not going to touch any of that, at all.
Yeah.
Not that that would be out of character for him, considering what you said earlier, Griffin, with, him being a forerunner of all that stuff. And, maybe it's just, he's just in, it's some sort of rock in a hard place moment that maybe we're just not aware of.
Yeah, I don't know, man, but it's just frustrating because whenever you admire someone and respect them that much, and you sit here for years and you listen to them and you watch all of the fucking what was the where we would go to the colleges? Um,
Film. An evening with,
yeah,
yeah.
you watch
Seen them
all the
all.
films, you watch all the evening with, you
Yeah.
watch all the interviews, you get as much of this stuff as you possibly can. Then you start listening to him directly. You start hearing about his life, how he was raised.
Yeah.
Like you become almost ingrained into his own personal
Yeah,
culture.
you feel like you know him.
You want to know what he's up to.
Yeah. And not only do I want to know what he's up to, but I've seen Kevin Smith live 3 times. And I have to travel a reasonable distance to be able to make that happen.
Yeah.
You know?
You
And
came
the
over
fact
here twice. I came over there once.
Yeah,
You know, we
exactly.
all
Yeah.
went to the one together, him and Jay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
and
had a
it's
good time.
yeah. And I get it, like, pandemic happens, things happen, money needs to be made, like, I get that, but at the same time, man, it feels like a gigantic middle finger to your fandom, and then also, at the same time, like, your fans would like, he made more money doing the Jay and Silent Bob Reboot
Yeah.
Roadshow than he would have ever made releasing that in theaters
He
traditionally.
paid the movie off
Yeah, and he knows that.
completely.
Yeah. And he knows that if he went down what would be the more like this is NFT aside, that shit is weird. Like that shit is like
Stupid.
it's a fad.
Yeah.
It's a fad.
It's kind of already over.
Yeah.
Like,
Crowdfunding exists for a reason.
yeah.
And the reason that crowdfunding exists is so that you as a creator can put that out there into the world and people that are excited by it or interested in it can contribute in their own special way by giving you money and you get things in return.
Well,
And he
it's almost it's like you're handshaking with money, but you're creating the deal that okay, I'm gonna make this idea I have, and you have a guaranteed audience waiting
Yeah.
on you.
absolutely.
You're buying you're
Absolutely.
buying your ticket early. That's
Yeah, it's a
all you're doing.
pre-order. Yeah.
But
And
to
the
him, he
fact that
said that was begging. Well, what's Patreon?
exactly. What's putting everything behind a paywall?
It's the same. I mean, what's
It's
that?
worse.
It is worse.
It's
Well, you
worse.
know, I guess with this, it's gonna be the same thing with that I did with the approach to yoga hosers, and it's I don't know. I guess you could compare it also to like uh the the one and only pressing of the Wu-Tang album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Monster
what and
Road.
and what I mean by that is who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Like the importance of exclusivity is only going to keep empowered by the level of word of mouth.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and when's the last time you heard about that fucking Wu-Tang record until tonight?
yeah, right.
Yeah.
But
No.
but I feel like the same thing will happen with this. Sure, the people that invested are going to get the return on their investment, be it getting to watch it or whatever. But for the larger Kevin Smith community, we'll just move along and wait till he puts out something that is available readily for everybody.
Well, speaking of that, Trav, this is what I'm going to say right here. Fucking 4/19/2022, 10:46 p.m. Central Time. If he does some goddamn stupid shit like this with Clerks 3, I'm never going to watch
Oh,
anything this motherfucker ever puts out ever
you
again.
better
Ever.
not.
I've been
I
waiting
mean,
for this film to come out for so fucking long. And Clerks is one of my favorite movies of all time. And if
well,
he
I mean,
does something like this, I swear to God, dude, I'll fucking
Clerks.
drive to his house.
I think you can
We
rest
didn't know
easy
what it
knowing
was.
that Clerks is a tried and true thing. And by that meaning, I think Kevin Smith knows what it's going to get at the box office. He knows what the reviews are going to be. So it's almost like some of this stuff he's doing right now is creating that pillow for the hit he's going to take to put Clerks 3 out for everybody. Because while we might enjoy it, and the audience score might be great on it and everything, there's a lot of those films that just flop like a fish at the box office.
Yeah.
Like people just don't go watch it, but its second wind kicks in later, and it becomes it goes the cult classic route.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I would argue I probably have only watched Clerks 2 a handful of times, as opposed to I could pop the OG in right now and sit through all of it.
Yeah, absolutely. But I just wanted to bring that up because, dude, I got fired up about it last night.
Oh, you're fired up right now, dude. I could almost light a cigarette off your voice, dude.
Dude, I've been thinking about this shit all day, because because I think Adam sent me the article originally, and I'm like, that motherfucker. And then I didn't think anything else about
it
it.
was a few weeks ago.
Yeah, and then I started fucking stewing on it, dude. Like, I started fucking stewing on it a little bit because I'm like, I was there.
Yeah.
When they were coming up with the idea of the Krampus film, they wrote that film while they were recording the podcast. We were there for that.
Well, I mean, I agree with what you're saying in terms of that, but I wouldn't necessarily apply it to Kevin Smith. I would apply it to any director who has a beloved franchise of any kind and making that sort of move. I think it would, for a lot of other people who are as into movies and stuff that like they follow directors instead of just what them, that type of thing. I feel like the backlash would fucking be insane.
If Tarantino did this with his last film,
just as mad.
Dude, I would probably be even more mad, to be completely honest with you.
It really does sound like nobody would pick it up.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, just put it out. He's like, no, fuck that. It's got to be something. Like, I can't just do that.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying?
And Corey said it best last night. Corey said that Kevin Smith tries so fucking hard to be relevant, when in reality, that goes back to what I was saying earlier. He was the trendsetter. He's always going to be relevant until the day he dies. But
he's just got to sit back and watch his ideas evolve through the way the world acts,
His relevancy to us, right?
Yeah.
It is high up on the totem pole.
Yeah, it's never changed.
But he views his relevancy in the world as being way lower than I believe it actually is.
Well, it's FOMO, man.
Syndrome.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I keep saying fear of missing out, dude, because I mean, think about it. When you were younger, a lot of the older, cooler kids, they were talking about Kevin Smith movies. What the fuck is Clerks? What the fuck is Mallrats? What's this shit? What are you referencing this shit for? What's that about? And then you watch it and you're like, oh shit. And you're brought into Kevin Smith's world, and you start realizing that like the View Askew universe or whatever it's called exists and all that. And it's like once he's done that, and now he's kind of literally talked his way onto the internet.
Yeah.
How do you get back on that level where you're going to bring your audiences in to be like, hey, you want to be a part of something cool that not a lot of people are going to know about?
Yeah.
You want to be trendy 90s again in the 2020?
Well, we took a hit during COVID because they had to let the comic book store go and get a different location.
Which is really weird too, because you would think the exposure that place had through all the reality shows he was funding, you'd think business would be booming for that place.
Yeah. And what's crazy is like hearing Walt talk about that. Like, yeah, they moved locations, but the place they moved to was like twice as big.
Yeah.
Like it's like they upgraded by downgrading.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird, man. But yeah.
But you would think even the online sales of people buying from him as an online vendor would be enough to keep the doors open to just a trickle of people,
Yeah, at least 2015.
Well, like, and sadly, And
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
sadly too, man, like speaking more literally about the place, like, you know, the modern comic shop is gone. It's been gone.
Well, now it's like a museum.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, you could, like, why seek out these places where the local owner may or may not be a people person and is not very personable and makes you feel weird when you're why even waste your time with any of that shit when you can just go to Barnes and Nobles and buy the fucking whole goddamn trade back.
Yeah.
Or a trade paperback of it, you know?
Or just order it offline. Cheaper.
But yeah, I didn't mean to fucking derail everything, but like I felt like it needed to be said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, dude, the reason we're doing a podcast is because Kevin Smith.
Yeah,
When
absolutely.
you get down to him, he wasn't the only person doing one, but
he was the one that like
he
hooked
did,
me
yeah.
into it, you know. So, but I'm ready for trailers, man. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to get out of this fucking funk.
Yeah. Be so
and
mad,
to
can't
get
go to bed.
yeah, dude. In there beating my wife, you know.
Oh,
She's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like,
Like, you
"Fucking
got your
Kevin
mother's
Smith."
I
Fucking
can't wait. I can't wait to
Cut
I can't wait to listen to a little snippet of Guns N' Roses again for the first time in my life.
I mean, welcome to the jungle, baby. You're gonna die.
So, wasn't there already a movie called The Lincoln Lawyer?
I mean, it had
Did it have
fucking
McConaughey in it?
yeah. What is this?
Griffin, if you don't start one of your streams with "Welcome to the Jungle" playing, and like no fucks given to copyright, and it's just like as the countdown gets within 10 seconds, you start hearing and then like the camera pans in and you come walking in with like a champion belt on, a fucking crown and robe.
I mean,
I'm almost certain if you use one of their songs, they're gonna take your video down.
yeah, for sure, right?
It's accident.
Yeah.
They just take the song out, so it's just this really silent video of Griffin breathing, walking around his
Yeah, right.
his office.
Whenever we finish this, I'll tell you what my plans are for 4th of July.
Oh man,
Yeah,
does it involve a lot of freedom?
it's the freedom onesie, dude. I'll tell you about it.
God, please don't tell me you're buying an American flag onesie.
I'm buying an American flag romper, dude.
Romper. Oh, like Tim was wearing.
Yeah,
I've seen all that type of apparel. That shit's hilarious, dude.
it's happening, man.
It'll be fun.
Rock, flag, and eagle, dude.
When you wear it, you gotta have some way for when you make an entrance in a room, you hear a fucking eagle fucking cry out.
Oh, I'm gonna put it on the soundboard, dude.
Do it. Every time you get a kill in Rogue, you hit that button.
Yeah, it's happening. It's gonna be the most. Yeah, it's gonna be the most fucking freedom stream ever. You know.
You have like a paper mache eagle sitting on your shoulder like a pirate.
It's happening, man.
So it's a baby eagle, so it's a beagly.
Yeah.
It could be a dog with wings. I mean, come on, dude. The fucking hole goes deep.
Oh, it goes deep. But I'm ready for Lincoln Lawyer.
Pull the trap.
Yeah, man.
3, 2, 1, play.
Generic Google Music, heard.
Osiris.
Yeah.
So it's a TV show retelling the movie.
That looked like him walking away.
Yeah.
That was old McConaughey. Oh, that's a good idea. She just doesn't age.
No.
Right. Hello, Sydney. I'm going to be stupid for 9 episodes and then figure it out. I feel like these musicians are just tapping their foot and nodding. This shit looks
My
boring.
grandparents are gonna love that show. You know?
I know, right? Yeah. I want to watch the McConaughey and be done with it. You know,
Yeah.
like.
I was waiting for it to be ZZ Top in here. I'm but sadly, it wasn't LaGrange. So, you know.
Angeline? Is that how you pronounce that? I think so, right?
This just looked weird. I didn't know.
Well,
You know,
fucking...
Peacock has been a surprising good little free service, man.
3, 2, 1, play. Okay.
What?
Titties.
More.
Angeline. It is working. It looks different.
Yeah.
Judy Robson. Oh. Fucking The Hobbit in here, dude. So this is like the first Kardashian.
Yeah.
Somebody being famous for nothing, just having tits. I'm not crazy. I'm Angeline. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a fake documentary and like a
I mean, dude, they're giving us all the cleavage shots.
yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
Hey,
Like,
show more cleavage, and they will come. Ah.
some crazy ass sunglasses.
It looks very I, Tanya.
Yeah.
I might check it out though. We'll see.
10 minutes at a time.
Yeah. 10 minutes at a time, dude.
Comments are turned off.
And now a film by David Gilmour.
Now and oh my god! All right, I'm ready.
3, 2.
That's so fucking fun. That's fucking hilarious.
4. I was gonna say, why is the subtitles?
Alejandro, what's wrong, Alejandro?
They're on that beach.
Coherence on the beach, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit! When an unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
Rosie Perez. Damn it, Billy.
Oh, Billy.
So everybody's being blackmailed. Oh, I know what you did last summer.
With cell phones.
Oh.
I feel like the consensus on Apple TV has been either it's a mishandled banger or it's just meh.
You killed someone. Covered it up. Always a politician.
Election time, you know.
Gavin Newsom, dude. Pick a language.
Yeah, right.
God damn. At least they have subtitles. Not for me.
So this shit's gonna happen when they're kids.
Yeah.
They're adults and gonna have to come back and tie up loose ends. Loose ends being the plot of the show.
They get blackmailed 20 years later.
Yeah.
In many different languages.
Why do they call it blackmail? Can't they call it
blackmail? You know.
Well, I'm saying like call it Asian woman. You know.
Asian woman.
Yeah. You go to a massage parlor. Yeah. All right, this is that new Cronenberg shit, right?
Is it?
Crimes of the Future? Yeah, dude. This is his first. This is his return to body horror.
I mean, dude, it sounds like something I would skip over in a thrift shop.
Yeah, it's got fucking Kristen Stewart and fucking Viggo Mortensen's in it. Viggo, yeah.
When's the last time you've seen the TriStar Pegasus?
Oh, right.
It's been a minute, dude.
He's like, the only way I'll do is if you bring the Pegasus back. 3, 2, 1, play.
I'm on that white pony, y'all.
Whoa.
Is that Mark Maron?
Dude, welcome back, Viggo.
Yeah.
Are these like fuck pods or something?
That's what it looks like.
It's the Matrix, but you fuck it. Is it like? It's like it's Minority Report, but like what? What?
I don't know about Minority
Report.
I was gonna make a stupid joke, and then the trailer got weird. Like,
I thought he was about to get some head, and she scratched his chest up. Like,
yeah, like
okay.
I thought. I mean, she gets
weird, and that trailer.
She looks him in.
Shit away.
She looks him in the face and goes, "Do you read Sutter Kane? Rip."
See what's going on. What that smell like?
Yeah, right. Kids in the Hall, is it back?
I mean, they're doing a movie on Prime.
Let's fucking do it, dude.
I think it's a movie. I grew up watching Kids in the Hall. My mom watched it when I was a kid.
I I never watched it. I always saw it on, but I never watched
it was strange.
Yeah.
You know, like that show is super weird, dude. Weird. I think
Yeah.
they're Canadians.
I mean, makes sense.
You remember the theme? All right. 3, 2, 1, play. A lot of the comedy when I was a kid, they just kind of went over my head. Just,
They're digging it up, dude.
like, and it's making fun of itself. Like,
Yeah.
they were definitely pushing the envelope back in the day. Yeah. They got everybody to come back. Huh. See what I mean by weird?
Yeah.
It's like Canadian Mighty Boosh.
Yeah. Yeah. And they boost it up.
I mean, I'll give it a watch.
Oh yeah, definitely. I never thought I'd see that.
Me and D, we marathoned the show several years ago. One of those just have something on, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is this Echo the Dolphin?
Somebody in the comments said that. Somebody in the comments was like, yo, where's the dolphin?
I mean, shit, you know?
It shows up at the end and just cleans house. You know how when people are running, they jump over the stack of wood and they kind of vault over it.
Yeah.
The dolphin does it, but like with its fin and tail.
Sometimes you mantle when you mean to roll. 3, 2, 1, play.
Mm-hmm. Animal cage.
Despite all
He
the
has.
Still just an animal in the cage, right?
But it looks like he's gonna break his rusty cage and run.
Is Bruce Willis in this?
Yeah. Probably the last movie he did. It doesn't look good. Like, the trailer's supposed to make you want to watch something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay.
Where's the dolphin?
Probably would have been better.
Yeah, right. Love, Death, and
Remember,
Robots.
we watched the trailer, I think, for either
I've
season
heard-
1 or 2, but this show looks crazy, man.
I've heard good things about this show.
Let's fucking see what this shit do.
All right, 3, 2, 1. It was short. I need to get up on it. Oh, they're like talking about all the shows they have.
Yeah.
What? How you make a trailer, dude?
Yeah.
Okay, dubstep.
I mean, I feel like I've been missing out, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes me want to go back and watch it all.
Yeah, for real.
Fucking right, dude.
I mean, that just looks fun, you know?
Yeah.
Like, don't look it up. I'm looking it up.
Yakamaz
It's a
S245. Yeah.
When that robot was bantering with the other one, that had Rick and Morty vibes.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, play. Another Netflix movie.
Sci-fi? Oh shit! Solar flare movie.
Yeah, so they go in a submarine. Be safe. But there's something.
I'm a
happening.
sucker. I'm a sucker for these type of movies. Like Reverse Moonfall.
The German?
This shit looks intense.
Oh, dude, submarines are claustrophobic
Yeah.
as fuck, man.
They doubled down on the claustrophobia. They got the sun fucking dying. There's no way they could fit a camera crew in a real submarine and the cast. Gotta be German. It's actually a series. Turkey. They speak Turkish, English, and German.
I might give the pilot a try.
Yeah, see what it smells like.
Yeah.
Actually out today.
Nice.
Well, tomorrow,
Fucking
but it should be up.
banger. Yeah, boy. Jurassic World 3.
I haven't seen a trailer for it yet.
Same.
So I pulled this one because it's the.
Well, wait,
final.
didn't we? No, wait, didn't we
watched a
see it? This is the.
teaser.
This is the one that's got like the return of Sam Neill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay.
saw like a teaser.
So is this? So here's my thing. The Park trilogy is over, and
Mhm.
World is just the extended
Everywhere. Yeah,
universe.
from that teaser, it looked like, because remember, people were watching a movie at the drive-in and a dinosaur busts through the screen.
Yeah.
Was like, "Rrrr."
But one would argue that this story is called the Jurassic Saga.
Yes.
Okay, so is this the? I know it's the final trailer, but like, are we finally coming up on like the final Jurassic movie?
No.
No. They're going to keep making more, I'm sure.
Because I mean, yeah, you're right, but
it prints money.
And it's got Chris Pratt in it, you know.
3, 2, 1, play.
sometimes what that you love the most needs to get tucked into the dirt.
We destroy the things we love the most. You were thinking it.
I was. Absolutely.
They're bringing everyone back. Who knows, man? It might be good. But that last one I saw, he had like pet fucking velociraptors, and I was like, yo, they didn't do that in the first one.
One thing I never did was go down the Michael Crichton rabbit hole. I wonder if this movie is touching on anything that he's already
he's
written.
dead, right?
Yeah. He just wrote 2 books.
Dude, yeah, they're not. If you dig him up, he'll be facing down. He rolled over in his grave a long time ago. That is kind of a cool thing, bringing them to the rest of the world. You kind of have to at this point.
But this is the final movie in this story, right?
I don't know.
They just said conclusion.
Oh. Maybe with these people. So you know what that means? Next is the remake.
I don't even think I've watched Fallen Kingdom.
I saw that first one with Pratt in it.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't see anything after that.
Well, I thought it was cool how they got to that part where they had to go to the old part.
Yeah.
I was like, that's cool. But for the most part, the whole raptor whisperer shit's kind of lame.
This is a foreign.
Is this a sequel? Okay.
You hit it. You hit play, and all of a sudden it's. Do you really want to taste it?
This is a sci-fi fantasy comedy from New Zealand.
Oh shit! Okay.
Let's peep it. 3, 2, 1, play.
What? Time lapse?
Oh, check that out.
Player 1 has spawned in game.
Cool guns. Oh. Active camo.
This dude bought the battle pass, man.
Did y'all see the lights on his hat? Look.
Yeah.
What a weird way to animate the face.
They're peacemakers. Oh, the gun. I get it. So that's a peacemaker, that gun. What's it called? I don't.
This looks more like short film territory. Like, is this a feature film?
Damn.
I mean, what?
It is a film. It's an hour and 20 minutes long. And it has an 8.2 rating on IMDb.
Nice.
I mean, I'd peep it. You know?
I mean, that looks about. I mean, that seems good to me for what the quality of this film looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell the voiceover definitely gives the low budget away.
And they got those shitty cameras. You can tell.
The baby.
Shit. The baby.
I think it's about that rapper. Leave my comment. I'm counting down. All right. 3, 2, 1, play. Hold it because it's HBO.
HBO gets it right sometimes.
A Bolgia. Boulder's it. Her name she looks like a ruby.
Yeah.
It's a comedy?
Like, is the weird shit really happening?
It's my.
Mm-hmm.
This does not look like a comedy. Right?
Baby
No.
Colt.
Oh. You don't want to be hanging out with those women that do the live birth in the water. And she kills him. Weird.
That's
That was
fucking.
comedy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's foreign, dude. Who the fuck knows? Yeah.
All right.
Fucking Thor, Love, and fucking Blunder, dude.
Under bust.
Let's fucking do this. I'm excited.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Teaser. Oh, I hear it. Oh, he's losing the weight. I mean, the song choice is perfect. He's just like riding around in a flying boat. Oh. He's like, where the fuck have you been?
Yeah, bitch boy. You know?
So when he leaves with them, they're going back there because he's going to be in the Guardians movie, right? Which comes out after that, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So he's going to go there, close some loose ends, and then head off with them. I mean,
I guess so. I don't know.
Or if he's even going to be in it.
Yeah.
We all just assumed he was going to be in it when he left for it, right?
Well, I think it said that Thor would be back in Guardians.
I think so.
I feel like most of what we saw in the trailer is like the beginning of the movie.
Oh,
yeah.
Like I feel like, I feel like that. Like this shit's gonna get off the rails.
Yeah.
The box.
Are we doing the box?
Yeah. What's on the list?
The
box. We're using that music next week. Oh.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, it's already fucking. It's here. You know what I'm saying?
Box. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm ready for it, dude. I haven't watched. I went to the theater and watched this
I
film.
haven't seen it since it came out.
Yeah.
That's the last time I saw it.
I think I read boxed this.
Ooh, you red box,
you double boxed it, dude.
Dude, hey, I was feeling a little meta, man. I can't help
it. Yeah, why not? But yeah, I'm excited. Richard Kelly number 2. You think?
For real.
Yeah. You think we'll get a fucking trifecta?
A trifecta of fun.
A trifecta of fucking 3 stars.
I mean,
we've got.
A movie, but it's been a while.
Yeah. I think it'll make more sense now.
Oh, I'd like to do an honorable mention. Watch the first 2 episodes of Outer Range with Josh Brolin.
Yeah. Trailer looked good. It's got some kind of sci-fi shit going on.
Throw it on the pile and bump it up. It's fucking
Amazon.
It's good. Yeah.
It looked like it had No Country vibes.
It's like, man, to keep it very brief in the pilot, he found, he's a cattle rancher, realizes a couple of his cows are missing. So him and the family, they pony up, they're fucking searching the land and shit. Or it's just him at first. Finds a goddamn black hole in his field. And it gets odd, man.
Okay.
It don't take long before shit's going through it.
All right. That's all I need to know.
And there's a part in the second episode where you get the long version of that speech that was in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's like, God, like there's a big gap between you and me right now. There's a lot of shit that's not adding up, and you need to fucking, like it's some really good acting.
It's Brolin, dude.
Yeah, highly recommend you guys hop on it, man. While like I said, dude, the first 2 episodes are out, and you'll burn right through them.
Fucking right.
Oh yeah. Well, is that right? Checks in the mail.
It's in the mail, dude.
Batman's on HBO. Go give it a spin.